Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nat and I make primarily booktube videos, but I'm gonna be doing something a bit different today. I just kind of felt like sitting down and talking about a little bit more of a fun topic. And so the topic is personality tests. You might be wondering why I want to do such a thing. Well, I find that personality tests are such an interesting way to get to know yourself and to ease your way into a conversation with someone that you might not really know, or even with friends, to kind of figure out like how you want to know each other better. Or it can just be as a trashy kind of a like, hey, yeah, I'm like that, or I'm not like that. And I just want to preface this by saying that there's this constant debate in psychology. This is my past psych student speaking, that, personality traits, are they fixed? Are they stable? Or are they changeable? Do they depend on the context? And I would like to say that, yeah, do take these personality tests with a bit of caution. They are not definite kind of molds of who you are. You can always change, you can always shift. There are certain things that you can unlearn and learn over time, and whatever you learn about yourself now can be different tomorrow, next week, or a few years from now. The first test I'm going to be talking about is the mbti test. And now I don't think it's too surprising to tell you that I am an INFP. I think I mentioned this in a previous video before, and I know that a lot of booktubers are INFPs, and I kind of understand why, because INFPs they are the mediator type, so they have a tendency to want to express themselves quite openly, quite creatively, but not in a way that demands too much public attention. And so I think social media and video making like YouTube is a pretty good middle ground for that. Okay, so I'm just going to be reading from the website, and my microphone is my phone, so if you sense any sort of shift, I'm sorry. The INFP, according to the 16personalities.com website, they are quiet, open-minded, and imaginative. They have a vibrant, passionate inner life, and they often feel misunderstood or out of step with the world. The main point of the INFP is their idealism, really about the fact that INFPs want the best for the world, and they're always constantly imagining what it would be like for the world to be a better place. And I kind of resonate with that a lot. I do think that I have a pretty idealistic mindset. I think the one thing I don't really agree with as an INFP is that there are very huge depths of empathy. I think empathy is still something that I'm constantly always trying to learn and embody. I'm not as poetic as some of very popular INFPs. I think they're known to be, poets. They're known to be very creative writers. My creativity is through movement, and that's a bit more dynamic than what I would, type an INFP to be like. Moving on to my second type, which is the enneagram type. I would like to say that this is a type that I just recently found out about, and I am apparently a type 5 wing 4, which is the philosopher. They are curious, creative, and reserved in their behavior. They prefer to be alone to reflect and recharge, and tend to be more emotional and self-expressive than other fives. But out of everything that I've read about the type 5 wing 4 is the basic fear that they are really afraid of being helpless and incompetent, and they tend to overcompensate for this by spending their time developing new knowledge and skills to feel useful and worthy. I absolutely agree with this. I think this is a trait that's a bit different from an INFP, which is that I really regard my knowledge and my skills as this like reserve that I have to constantly top up. And I don't really think that I am topping it up because I fear being left behind, but rather that I feel that it is my greatest strength, that I have this ability to keep leveling up and to keep adapting. And I think when I encounter a situation where I feel very, very out of it, or I feel like I'm not well adapted to it, I feel it quite strongly. I am quite bothered by that when I can't, like fit in as well as I can. These two types are kind of like rigid and very alone, but I do think that I have a part of me that really prides myself in fitting in while not losing my sense of self. If you know what that means. I don't know. The one thing I don't really agree with type 5 is that they withdraw and are alone a lot. I don't think I have that. I don't really feel lonely a lot. I think I do value my friends a lot. I do value being out there in a social environment and to have a community and to build that community. I think I feel that quite strongly. So, okay, the last personality type is, I don't know whether you guys would count it as a type, as a legit thing, but I love it to bits. It's astrology. And, I feel that the two previous types, these were very much like backed by a lot of psychological, clinical studies. But astrology has been around for many, many years. Way before our lifetimes, way before a lot of these types were invented. Astrology was present in older civilizations, the reading of the stars, the reading of the universe. I think there's a kind of mystic quality that I see and I appreciate. It offers a lot of nuance to your personality. I think that's what I appreciate as compared to psychology-based testing. Like the enneagram is only 9 types and INFP is only 16 types, but in your natal chart you have so many planets and so many arrangements that everyone gets a really personalized kind of reading. I'll just give you my top 3 most important trait signs, which is that I am an Aries sun, a Gemini moon, and a Leo rising. And you might be like, what? That doesn't make any sense, because all my previous types have been very, very reserved, introspective, very alone kind of types, personalities, whereas an Aries sun, a Gemini moon, and a Leo rising, these are all very, very outward looking traits, like signs. These are very like center of attention kinds of people. They're always talking, they're always being out there, they're always like engaging with the external world, always moving forward, and sometimes impulsively. I resonate a lot with being an Aries sun and a Gemini moon. I think I have this amount of energy that I don't see being represented in INFPs and type 5s. Like, I have a lot of physical energy. Like, I dance a lot and I have to be out a lot. Out, you don't have to be with people. You can be by yourself. If you know me in real life, I might seem a bit different from BookTube. I think on BookTube I definitely appear more as a type 5 wing 4. Okay, that's all. This is just a reminder that these things are just, tests that you take online and traits that you read about yourself. And about the positive affirmation effect in psychology, is which like you read things and you believe them to be true and then they turn out to be true. And I think that's very, very true of personality types, so be careful with that. I think the truest self that you can figure out is by looking at yourself, really journaling, figuring out what you like and figuring out how you relate to the world. I think that's the best way to get to know yourself and your friends as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. Super funny, I think. Okay, it's not funny, it's not fun. I didn't make this a fun video, but I hope that you enjoyed this anyway. And let me know what your types are if you want to down below. You're free to share any type that you want, or if there are other personality tests I have not tried before, I think I'll be quite happy to try them and let y'all know what my results are. So yeah, that's all. I hope you're having a good week, hope you're having a good day, and hope that you're resting well over the weekend or over the week in your downtime. And I'll see you in the next video.